rubba dubba dubba. Good morning. Well, I don't know what side he's on. Look who's back, my brother Marty DeGarmo, live from the hospital. He is not turning his camera on because
Live from Virtual Hospital, Mount Holly, New Jersey.
yeah, you really don't want to see him in that gown. Trust me on that. Well, let me get into this because both of us have quite a few to say. I'm going to do the birthdays and prayers pretty quickly. I'm not rushing them. We just have a lot of things that we want to talk about. So
yeah, we're rushing them.
And we both have some important things to say. I believe I have an example, possibly to help people understand a little bit what Ash was saying. And let me go to the notes. All right, here we go. Let's get into this. Happy birthday, my buddy Gil Medina, Estelle Peach, Gayling Matthews. Happy birthday, young lady, and Beth Simons, Masu. Happy birthday. I know you're in Vegas. Have a great time. Be safe. Prayers for healing. Ivana Bayan. I got a nice update on her. She's doing good. She thanks everyone for the prayers. You got to love that. Melissa Ann. Marty, can you mute yourself for a second?
No, I'm singing background music.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Melissa Ann, Jerry Nix, Miriam Sutton, Pam Stanovich, Myra Quinna's mother, Nellie, Kevin Rutledge, Pam, God's Time Thomas, Judy Junette's mom was, she sent a message today. I think they were taking her into the hospital. Robert Stifler, Milo, and this guy, Kevin Curtis, which was Marty's roommate in the hospital. I believe he left yesterday, but we are going to add him to the prayer list. Annie Gutheritz, we're praying for your healing. Brenda Herr, Eileen Geek, praying for you. Bob Pearson, his wife Mary, Stephen Brockhurst, Melissa Ann, Norel Warcon, Cynthia Downtown Brown, Bill Must, John White, Bruce Gerstein, his brother Edmund, Judy Miller and Russ, Pat Parent, her daughter, and her neighbor Dennis, Chloe and Julie, Judy Reese, Tina Midcalf, Terry Thompson and her mother Loretta Presley, John Ocott, Janet Butler, her mom's Denise Albury. May 12th is her surgery. Keep that in your head. Roy Davies with her eyes, Cindy Hopkins, Grace Tammanjun, William the Marshmallow DeLorme, Harold Fox, I love you, brother. Ruthie Pace, we love ya. All right. Red and Jane's mothers and the Redferns, Jean Murr and husband Jason, Sandra Fenning's mother, Seeds Academy, PNG, Ash Mafara, Marty DeGarmo, and myself, our families, people beating cancer, Tina from my work, Phil Smith, Kenneth Fung, Tom Taylor, Dane and Darius, Robin Noble, Mr. Jean, Chang Yang, Nicole Erskine, David Switzer, Joyce and Melvin, William Carmichael, and we have a new one today, Miss Dawn Riviera. She's going through some cancer and other things, and her husband reached out and said, can you put her on the prayer list? Absolutely. So we're praying for all of you, and we're going to get in this. Now, Marty, could I start first today?
No, let me do it because I got a new roommate coming. I want to be quiet.
All right, you go then, brother. You go.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yesterday with the meeting and what I've been learning as we go is people need to know what was isn't. Doesn't mean that Onpassive isn't there. It's there. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Unlock it. Hold on one second, guys. I'm in the middle of causing trouble.
Anywho, you're back?
Hold on. The guy joining me. Anyway, and I think we need to know, what we thought we were doing, where we thought we were going. The intention was always bigger and better for all of us. Ash did say, even though maybe the worst time, business-wise, family-wise, social, and what it's done to his name, is devastating because he's not that guy. He's not the guy that part of the business has tarnished and all that. All of it was done by mischievous, sometimes, and most times, nasty and on purpose. But the person I joined hasn't changed. Even last year, almost a year ago, he said, I'm taking over the ship. I don't like the way it's going. He didn't get into the nasty details, but he knew that not only is the commander he put in charge, maybe, or even the deckhands and everybody in that part of the world were steering the whole ship any way they wanted. And it looks like through personal gain. Uh, Even my little pea brain, I watched how things were going, and it just didn't feel Ashmubara for a long time. For me personally, I said it to personal friends, people I really, really knew, but something wasn't right. But now, I think with what we heard, and I believe this with all my heart, if I'm going with the mindset that you owe me or I am something with the company of Onpassive and going to this new phase with any of that in my mind, it's just so absolutely insanity. It's apples and oranges. Uh, Onpassive might be an apple. It'll never be an orange. And what Ash wanted to deliver, knowing what he knows, it would have never done it. So what did he do? In the middle of chaos, in the middle of the night, he took the passengers and started to build something bigger and better. And he didn't wait to say old lang synes and sing until the Titanic goes to the bottom of the ocean. During the process, even though it was deliberately steered into a iceberg, he knew I've got to get a way for everybody not just to get on the lifeboat, but to be able to get on a new uh, cruiser, bigger and better than the one we got off of. Because he knew then, when the right people, they didn't have enough. I don't say they didn't work hard. They didn't have the talent, skill that he needed to be able to offer our dreams to come true. And I just want to say, uh, I don't think we should stand for it. I don't think the days of nurturing people beyond what they have coming it's not fair. It's not fair to the people that care. It's really not fair to the people that don't care. I don't know what they were promised, but I know there's a big chunk that were maybe promised something that had nothing to do with Ashmubara. If somebody thinks that time creates cash, you're in for a rude awakening. It's not how it works. As said, there's about 30,000 people that had some type of commission. Most of them were the $25, $50, $100. Most of them. There was a handful that were big. I know. Mine was fairly big. But the point was, and I'm going to tell you personally from me, and this will never happen because I brought it up to him and he lost his mind. I said, look, I don't care if I even got, don't say that. Really, he shut me up. No, no, no. It will be made right. But I want to squeeze it out of the people that made it wrong. I want to squeeze that lemon until there's not a drop left. I want it to come from the people that did it. We'll make it right. I believe that with all my heart. But I understand what he's saying. They got caught, hands in a cookie jar, and he wants to slam their hand until he gets every cookie back out of it. And it makes sense to me. But you can't compare the two. Never. Is it?
Something is off. Let me see.
Marty, you want me to?
Yeah, keep going. In fact, I got to go. I did the best I could.
You did good. You did good. Just stay there. Turn your mute on though. All right. Well, you see, he's in the hospital. You can hear that he's in the hospital. Great words. I last night I took a break. I didn't go to sleep like I said I was going to do. But what I did was Marty, can you mute by any chance, Marty? If you can hear me anymore, you can hear me. That's okay. Just have to talk louder. So, when you're running a show like that, it's hard to pay attention sometimes to everything that's said. So I watched the video over and over and over again, and I went back to my old ways of how I used to teach when I was at Ford's. I taught safety and health classes for all the Ford workers in that plant, and I did it by showing examples of people that didn't understand it, didn't get it, and
Yep. It's all stuff.
and what I came up with is I've got 3 glasses in front of me here. I got a coffee cup. I have a beautiful gold laced glass, and I got this big old mug here with a cap on it. Now, each one of these represents something. This coffee cup is Onpassive. All right. This golden cup is New Direction. And this closed cup is the SEC. Now, you heard Ash Mafara say he does not want to talk about the SEC until he gets solid ground of what's going on. And only him. A lot of people post an SEC. I've touched on it. I said, Ash didn't say that. And he clearly said yesterday that the SEC isn't holding us back. It's a preference that he wants to do. So this is the SEC. It's a closed bottle, and it's going to stay over here for now. This is Onpassive. Okay, this white cup here. This is Onpassive. And inside Onpassive, the only thing that's going from Onpassive, we'll pull this out of here, is Ash Mafara. This is Ash Mafara. And this is where he's going. He's going in a new direction. Okay? Here's Onpassive. It's not going anywhere. It's staying exactly where it's at. And here there's a few things in there. And he brought up the point that, and I loved it because these are the things I really wanted to hear him say. He brought up people that were going against him, starting businesses and pulling people away from this company. And those people are still in here. There's a few out there. And he said at one point, there should be qualifications to move over here in this new direction. Okay? He made some points about that. He asked people politely, I thought, that he used the mango and the peach. He loves you if you're going to go and go quietly. We have people doing YouTubes that are going against him. And I read this morning in Luke in the Bible, and Jesus said, if you're not with me, you're against me. I think Ash was saying that yesterday. And he also said that he doesn't owe anyone anything. He can go to this new direction all by himself if he wants. But then he said there's qualified people, and they use Marty DeGarmo as a good example. Okay? Now, I believe that this is still here Onpassive. You can't see it, but that's okay. He wants to take people. And when he said qualifications, this is my opinion. This is what I think he means. Ethical, people that believe in him, people that believe in his vision are going to go with him. But this Onpassive is still here. A little bit of stuff left in it. I believe that Ash Mafara wants to clear that all out. But he said he has a choice that he can make because it's his company. And I'm going to put out this little, not a warning. I want to just say, listen, he's got every right to take people this way and leave people over here. Qualified, good people. He said it a few times. And I'll be honest, I've been waiting for him to say something like that for a long time. Because I think what I saw after watching the video again, I could see a little bit of, I'm not going to say anger because he's not really a guy that gets angry, but I seen the passion in his eyes as I'm serious about this. If you're against me or if you're with me, that's great. But if you're against me, I love you if you just go away quietly. Talked about the mango and it falls on the ground. It's still good, tastes bitter or tastes really sweet. And the peach that falls and it rots. He said it. And a lot of people, even after the webinar, asked me, Chris, we don't understand about Onpassive in the new direction. Again, Onpassive is here, right here. It's not going anywhere. But Ash, the little black thing in there, is taken in a new direction. But he has to wait for certain things in this Onpassive company to kind of empty out, move around, figure out who's the good eggs, who's the bad eggs. And I'm telling you, he's looking at that. I send him a lot of things like, man, look what this guy's saying. I do. I'm going to admit it. I'm not a tattletale. I believe in protecting Ash Mafar and this company. All right? So Marty's moving me all over the screen. There you go. But if you really think about it, if you're that confused, I'm trying to set an example here. This company Onpassive is still right there. But this new beautiful company is moving in another direction. And he said nothing's holding him back from doing this right now. It's a preference. He talked about that he has some new friends we don't know nothing about. And he didn't really bring those friends into this company because it wasn't where he wanted to be. He didn't feel confident what was going on in this company. But in this company, this new direction, I'm not going to say new company. Yeah, I will say it. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. This new direction, he wants to share it to these big marketer friends. Okay, because what did he say? Because I'm confident in what's going on this way. This way, not so good. This way, confidence builder, moving forward, taking the right people along who qualify, ethical, didn't go against him, didn't try to take people away from this company. And he knows all these people. I'm really hoping this helps out a little bit because a lot of people are confused. He brought up the fact that he wants to do a webinar in India because most of this stuff come from India. We have people in India making YouTubes trying to pull people away from this company, going against Ash. He doesn't need that. He's got enough on his plate going this way, and he's proud and he's happy about it. All right, so all you individuals, I'm letting you know, I would be real careful of what you're saying going against them. Bigger, better. Yeah, this one's over here. Still there, but this is where he's going. All right, and this we're not going to talk about until he says, when I get some solid stuff, what's going on. He even explained this clearly yesterday, that anything that could be said could blow up. Things could change. So he chooses, which I think it's a great decision, not to talk about it. And he wishes other people wouldn't talk about it. So what did he say? Excuse me. He didn't say, excuse me, I did. He said, he's the only one that went through the pain, the money loss, the suffering with him and his family, with all this that went on. He complied to everything. All right. but he's waiting for the final call on this, which is the SEC. And then when he gets all the information, he's going to talk about it. But we have people out there talking about it, and they don't have a clue what they're talking about. They see a post. Wait for Ash Mafar to talk about this. Again, Onpassive. See? A few people in there. New direction. And right now, that new direction only came from Onpassive. Ash Mafar went whoop. That's the only thing that's coming from Onpassive. All right. And now he's going out there and saying, all right, qualifications. Who deserves this? Who needs this? Who's been loyal, ethical, didn't go against the grain? All right. It's his company. He can do anything he wants. He said, I don't have to bring anyone with me. He said that. I don't owe anyone anything from this company. Okay? But this company is going to explode everyone. When you see what this has to offer, people will be happy and they won't be confused. All right? So make your choices here and understand it. This one is here, not going anywhere. This one is going to be going everywhere. And when he's ready to break it down, step by step, easy, digital, cheaper, faster, the best quality out there. Do you want to be here? Or do you want to just stay over here? It really is your choice. I think it was after I watched the webinar the third time, that's how I am. I have to really rewatch and understand what's going on. He actually did make an appearance last night on trivia. I didn't go because I wanted to understand something that I can explain to people better. The new direction. You see, that's real gold. These are old gold cups that I got years ago. That's where we're going. But it really is up to you. Do you want to go against the grain, or do you want to be patient and wait for this guy to lay it out step by step, easy direction? Anyone could do it. And that's pretty much it. If I was confusing to you and you don't understand it, let me know. I'll try to rethink it. But this is where we want to go. This over here, it ain't moving. It's staying right there. Make a choice. The stuff that he said on that, now, I'm no Red Redford, and he's doing a Q&A today. I try to do it in my way. But I think it's very understandable. The only thing that's coming from Onpassive is Ash Mafara. Ask yourself this: do you qualify? Have you been good? Have you been not making bad posts? Do you go into other people that make bad posts and like them or love them? I don't know if that qualifies for you. I'd be careful with that. I'm just saying, I don't like anyone that says something bad. Matter of fact, I just leave. If you're not with me, you're against me. And he's got that choice to do that. He doesn't owe us anything. There's no one in this company that's higher or lower than anyone else. Well, we got some lows. We know that. And you heard what I said. And then he said, I got to clean up what Chris said. He's never had a low. He believes, and I believe this too, everything that went wrong bettered him. It made him smarter. It made him stronger to go to this new direction, because this one didn't happen like he wanted it to. It just didn't happen like he wanted it to. All right, I'm going to hand it back to Marty. I hope you understand that. Please don't get crazy. Listen to what he says. Watch that webinar. Oh, and let me explain this before I bring Marty back. Part 2 will be coming out in a couple days. That'll be put in the back office. There was a reason he did it that way. I didn't even know he was going to do it that way. He said to us, how do we just make this 90 minutes? And that's what he did for the first part. He tricked me. The second part, which we're probably going to continue doing that as the webinars come about, will be put in the back office and you can hear some of the questions. Most of it was just people talking about how grateful they are. And there are a few good questions that he touches on. So, Marty, unmute yourself. Back to you. I hope that helped some people out.
No, it's very good. Let's go back to something very important. Make this simple. This is Bangladesh, India, around the world, global. I don't care where you're from, Africa, U.S., U.K., Vietnam, Hmong society. What I want to say is everything from here on is choice. You can choose to move forward. I want to go and live out the rest of this journey that I heard about I'm on my 7th year. That's what I want to finish. Whether that ship we call Onpassive is the ship that takes us there, it doesn't look like it is. But it's there, and you can stay at that dock forever. Not me. But I know when they took the dinghy over to the new mothership, that mothership has nothing to do with the ship that we left on the dock. And for me, that's okay. Because I want to tell you something. I've been with companies that have to sell twice or 3 times. People ask me, what do you mean by that? I'll give you an example. Some of the products in the Amway were very, very good. Some of the cleaning products, there's people that use it to this day for 50 years. They absolutely love the product. Is it expensive? Absolutely. There's a markup. That's what MLM does. They have to mark up the difference to pay the affiliates, which in turn, some of the affiliates made a lot of money. Double sale means when I go to sell the Amway marketing system, I know eventually, because of how it smells, how it walks, and how it talks, that people are going to come in. Oh, this is Amway, isn't it? Did they get a bad rap? Yeah. Is it fair? Life isn't fair. So get that in your head. No, of course it's not fair. Was it fair what happened to Ash? No. Everything you heard about what went on, is it true? No. Did we have a matrix at one time? Yeah, I think for about an hour and a half. But we never launched it. But all we talk about years later is about this company that never happened. It never happened. And you can say, well, how do you know? I was here. I'm glad it didn't happen. As soon as I found out we're bigger and better, we're going to build things from scratch, AI company with heart, I'm going the full Monty. Nobody was happier than me. Was I worried about that kind of industry? No, because I know how to work it. Myself, Mike, and Tim would have been great. But it just didn't sound like the very visionary that would left the video that I heard, which I didn't hear right away. And I said, this is bigger. This is something really special. Now, bad things happened, and he had to re-straighten the boat, or he knew that the iceberg was hit. And in some cases, it was on purpose. But he got on. So let me take you to a dock where if the boat got a big hole in it, we're not going to lose people. Took us to the dock, and while he was taking us to the dock, he gave us free O-Connects, in my opinion. So he didn't leave us high and dry. I took a bad damage to the hull of the ship. I'll patch it. I'll take the hit for it. And while I am, I'm going to give you life support and give you O-Connect until I can figure out exactly what happened. Did it cost him? Did he make any money on No Connect? I doubt it. I think there was a chance in the beginning, but because he gave it away so long, he actually took a bite out of whatever was left. Nobody would do that. If that's not good enough, and him still being there, and him having the audacity to build something bigger and better, right on the cusp of getting manipulated, trashed, company, whatever you want to call it, takeover or nastiness, and to in the middle of all that, instead of just saving himself and his family, which would have been normal, I probably would have done it. He was worried about saving everybody. So if that's not good enough and you can't filter out who you are, don't go. If you're going there expecting something that you deserve and you can't shake that out of your head, my personal opinion, don't go. Stop wasting your time. Don't go. Stop wasting your time. I mean it. Because you're not going to get, let me comfort you, Marty DeGarma, because that would be deceiving. It would be wrong for me to push you ahead just for a number. I have many personal people that I invited. And I'm going to say this again. People don't like it. Mr. McFarland didn't like it. I don't care. I'd give it all up tomorrow because I believe how big this is. And I talked to Mike Ellis and Dan. They know if we're in a company that builds it bigger, better, higher, above market value, maybe save the consumer, whoever it might be, 20, 30, 40, 50% more functions, what we can do with that. We sold a hope and a dream to tens of thousands of people. What happens when the hopes and the dreams are live? Can't sell that? They'll be begging for it. So where we're going and where we were doesn't deserve to be in the same sentence. Where we were sounded great. I thought it was going to do what I wanted it to do. But when Mr. Mafari held back, iceberg, straight ahead. And I'm not on the steering. I'm not in the captain's chair. I gave it over to somebody else. And not only is he not trying to avoid it, it looks like he's steering right into it. And I thought, oh boy, it's going to be a painful year. But like you said, Edison found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. And then one day, he found a way to make a light bulb light, stay lit, and not be self-consumed, which is a miracle. Tungsten or whatever you want to come up with. But that's where we're at. And that's who we're with. And if you have expectations of, I deserve because of time, you're in the wrong place. You were lied to. You fell for that lie. But you're human. Use your common sense. Something's not sold. It doesn't create value. If there's no value, there's no money. There's no money. There's no wallet. You have nothing more than you did.
We're gonna move you to different room.
Why?
Yeah, it's just because it's just like you have another room, and then they are getting another roommate. He's gonna get another roommate. So yeah, you're gonna go to another. You're gonna move.
Chris, they're putting me in segregation.
I hear you. That's good.
You're gonna have a good room.
Room because nobody likes me.
No. It's like you like this, and then we have that. So
More room.
You have more room because you also have a.
And I'm VIP, right?
And you have a bypass, so you have more space. We need more space for you for a machine and everything.
Listen.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move you to 40 somewhere back there. Okay.
How am I getting there?
Oh, he's gonna go to 43.
You're gonna walk.
No, you got a wheelchair or what?
Yeah, we'll get you a wheelchair. Okay.
Don't put me in a gurney.
Very good.
I don't want to lay on one of those.
You were in the first time.
Really?
Yeah, remember the first room?
Yeah, of course I
And then
remember.
I transferred you upstairs.
Chris, they're moving me because I'm annoying.
You are annoying.
All right.
No, that's fine. Not right now. In like a few minutes, I'll come back. I just want to give you updates.
And you're going to move me over there.
Right here.
Bringing this.
Can I have all our stuff?
How am I getting there?
Maybe in a wheelchair or a bed. I don't know. I have to find a
Don't
wheelchair.
make me go in the bed.
Okay. Let me find a wheelchair.
Try to get a wheelchair.
Okay.
All right. I'm demanding.
We're
They
never
have me in a
gonna
private room. They said, we can't give you a private room. Now they're going, we're moving your big ass. Roommate came in and said, who's this clown? Well,
That's good though. That's good to get in your own room.
they want me to put it and be in the penthouse. I got to go. Sorry, everybody.
It's good. I think we said what we had to say.
I'll
Red-
chat with you later, guys.
all right, buddy. Real quick, Red is coming on at 11 for his Q&A. He does a very good job at that, so make sure you go watch that. If you're still confused, you can text me. I can try to help you, but only on what we're doing now. And remember, you want to go to the land of opportunity, or you want to keep talking about this? Stay positive, stay good. I love every one of you. Keep praying for DeGarmo and everyone else we talked about on that list. Ashbafar does love that praying part, I'm going to tell you right now. But he was, I thought, a little more strict in what he was trying to tell people. I don't think I said anything different than he did. I just put it in a different way. He actually said, if you remember, that there's certain people that are qualified to say what he's trying to say. And I'm hoping I'm one of them. Marty is, I know Red is, and we don't want anyone to be confused, but we don't want anyone to be stupid either. I'm sorry to say it that way. Stay positive. All right. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock again. Know that this place is the place we're going. And as it comes out, he'll talk about it. When this comes out, he'll talk about it. And this, let's just go there. All right. I love every one of you. God bless. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.